His Excellency Mr. Ambassador Gustavo Campos Fallas is the Ambassador of Costa Rica in the Republic of Turkey since 2018. He has developed a specialized profile in international law, diplomacy, and international relations. The combination of his extensive experience with his professional and academic training allowed Mr. Campos Fallas to develop a wide spectrum in legal negotiation and logic, especially in matters of diplomatic and legal complexity. Mr. Campos Fallas has also been the delegate of Costa Rica to many international organizations, such as International Court of Justice, Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons, International Criminal Court, Hague Conference on Private International Law, United Nations Economic Commission for Latin America and the Caribbean, among others. Ambassador Campos has also written different manuals for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Costa Rica about tourism, trade, and investment. Besides, he's a strong supporter of the Certificate of Sustainable Tourism that we are talking very much today. His academic background as a professor is Diplomacy of the Master's Program in the National University of Costa Rica, Public International Law, Diplomatic and Consular Law of the National Autonomous University School of International Relations, Diplomatic and Consular Law of the Master's Program in Diplomacy of University of Costa Rica, Public International Law and Human Rights of the International University of the Americas School of Law and International Relations. He speaks Spanish, English, Dutch, and French. The floor is yours, His Excellency.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Collins. Thank you, everyone. My respect for Deputy Governor of Ankara, Mr. Erkan Yiran. Also, my gratitude for this invitation to the Director of Balkan University, Mr. Atalar, and all the staff of the Balkan University. For Costa Rica, this is a very important opportunity to refer, and one of the main pillars of our foreign policy. Costa Rica sustainability is included in our state policy and the way that Costa Rica connects sustainability with everything. We have a model in Costa Rica, and I will take this space that you kindly give to Costa Rica to express its experience, but also its way of living, because in Costa Rica, sustainability is a way of living. Actually, we look at our foreign policy and internal policy as a holistic way. I want to say is, in Costa Rica, sustainability is connected with human rights. Human rights is connected with democracy, and democracy is connected with peace and disarmament. Costa Rica has no army since 73 years ago. It was abolished, and we are concentrated more to create economy based and have a connection with the environment. I will make it a little small presentation. I will try to do it in the most shorter way in order to give a glance of how we conceive our sustainable tourism model. Is a kind of model because Costa Rica is one of the pioneers of the sustainable tourism in the world. Please, can you project my presentation?
Someone defines themselves when they reconnect with their spirit, their true essence, the nature that shapes who you are. Who am I? I am an alluring concentration of beauty, rainforests, beaches, and biodiversity. I live in the heart of the Americas, guarded by two seas. I am the deep green that entices those seeking relaxation and adventure. And I am so much more. In my essence live the warmth and authenticity of my people. People with open arms who look forward towards the future and welcome opportunities. I am a unique, happy, and caring nation that expresses itself through the diversity of its cultures. I am cradle of human talent, proud people who embrace challenges. I am a nation governed in peace with a solid, long-standing democracy. I stand behind health, education, and the pursuit of self-development as the cornerstones of happiness. In my essence lie the preservation and care for the environment, a model to the world. I breathe the riches of my land, and I recognize the wit of my people, ever capable of giving more than expected. I am a trustworthy and reliable nation, distinguished by the value of what I create. Human development, innovation, and a proven international competitiveness set me apart and enable me to export quality to the world. Those who come to know me are surprised, amazed. My greatest aspirations can be found in my concentrated essence. I am a country that attracts those who seek the value of excellence and the commitment to sustainability. I have much to offer those wishing to purchase, invest, produce, and develop. I have the required human and technological capabilities to achieve this. I rediscover myself by searching within. I find myself in what is vital, in what is true. I rediscover what is important. I am green. I am happiness. I am solidarity. I am talent. I am innovation. I am quality. I am diversity. I am concentration. I am essential Costa Rica.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the video. And okay, thank you very much. This presentation has so many parts, but I will be concentrating on the two most important, which is the historical background that Costa Rica has, and also the model, the evolution or consolidation, our model as sustainable tourism. Next, please. This is some figures about Costa Rica. Next one, please. For Costa Rica, sustainability is a country vision. It's a country model. It's something that comes from the 70s when our visionary politicians and environmentalist researchers and universities started to protect the country since the 70s as protected areas. We start protecting the 26% of our territory as bio areas in which are protected by law. And these areas is not allowed to use as a public part, but also to conserve as a conservative part in which the biodiversity can develop. We start with this project in the 70s. But one of the most successful policies that Costa Rica developed was this contribution based in the protection of natural resources and sustainable development under the we call program of payment environmental services in the 80s. That policy allowed us to create the 3.7% tax on fuel, on fossil fuel and petrogas energy, to use that tax to protect the environmental services and private areas, and was at that time in the 80s was the first carbon tax in the world. So this policy allows us to prevent deforestation and creates monetary value of the forest. With that tax, we supported the private sector to create what we call protected reserves, private protected reserves. So with that income, we supported the private sector to take care of part of the land or part of the forest in their own properties to be protected. And the government gives this support to the private sector. And now today's 26% of these private reserves covers the 26% of the Costa Rican territory. And also the other 26% are protected with these national parks and protected areas under our CNAC, which is a system of national parks, protecting also the biodiversity of Costa Rica. Costa Rica has the 6% of the biodiversity of the world and only 50,000 square kilometers, which represents 16 times more than Turkey. Next one, please. Next one, please. Next one. Okay. The tourist model normally is divided into two types of models. One is the demand model, and other one is the supply model. And the demand model is this model in which the investment are big investment in the tourism, like in big hotels and huge facilities, which also is recognized because it's a very intense in use. The idea of this large investment is to have a quick return from this investment, but that produces a very low spillover in the society, because most of the investment returns to the investors, but it's not leaking over, it's not spillover of the society. And the society is very important, it's a sustainable model. In this model, the destinations are designed by icons. Let's say it's not the tourist, the one who wants the product, but is the destination who create a special concept in which attract to the tourism. Let's say, for instance, Disneyland or Las Vegas. They are big concepts in which the tourist, the destination have designed these icons, and so the tourist visitor are accepting what the destination is already constructed. On the other hand, we have the supply system, which represent small investment, and the limited this small investment is represented by the small and medium enterprises, and that means that more family-oriented business and produce more high spillover in the society. So these small enterprises in Costa Rica, for instance, represent the 90% of the tourism facilities and business-oriented tourism in Costa Rica companies. In this case, the product is not designed, but the product is open that the tourists be surprises for different situations and cultural offers that the country has. So there is not icon designed, but we have our own image that the tourist tourist visitor can be more surprised. Its spirit will be more integrated, not only with the nature, but also with the society. Next, please. So in Costa Rica, we are being developed, not excluding not excluding these both models, but we have the accent in the supply offer of tourism. Next one, please. We will see this graphic. Yes. In this graphic, we will see at the left hand the tourist person who are more connected with the demand model, and at the right side we see the most approach to the supply tourism offered. So we have here in our hands two different types of tourism. In the left hand, in this demand tourism that we already showed in was shown in the previous slide. In this case, the tourist person we call them the dependent, because this person goes to destination which is tailor-made what he wants. It's like a be at home, but very close to the beach. So there is no big surprise. It's to get your own comfort zone moved to some different destination or areas in the country. And that was made or tailor-made for the mass tourism. On the other hand, in another side of the spectrum, we have the adventure, which is the tourism that Costa Rica mostly attracts. This kind of tourist person is looked to adapt to destination. They left the comfort zone to live a local experience of life with environmental and with the culture in Costa Rica. So Costa Rica now is more situated in the light blue area because Costa Rica shares the both models, but is more to the adventure mode because create another not only approach from the tourist visitors, sorry, but also create more connected, and we will see in another graphic what is the result of this connection from the visitor with the country. Because in the left side of the spectrum, the dependent is a mass tourism which not create that bonds and with the society that this tourism is visiting, or the country that they are visiting. Next, please. This is a way to interpret all the models that Costa Rica had passed through during the years. Sustainability is not a way of tourism. It's a country stage after different stages of development. Costa Rica started with we called soft nature in the 1984, which is the first stage that Costa Rica started to develop. At that time, we call this travel to see. Let's see, to take advantage of our attractions, but much less to do. Let's say we have at that time a lack of infrastructure to enjoy what you're seeing, instead of to travel to do, which is the next stage. In this soft nature state, we notice that the tourist visitor spent around only 3 nights, because there was good to see, was nice to see the birds and volcanoes and rivers, but there was not much to do. And in that stage, Costa Rica started to build another conception that was the ecotourism. This the second stage, which started in the 1990. And this level, we started what we call ecotourism. In this in this ecotourism concept, the tourist visitor change to travel to see to travel to do, and that create in our system a more specialization and more connection and more involve more the entrepreneurs and the Ministry of Tourism in order to work together to create tourist incentives to create better infrastructure to help this tourism to enjoy the country, not only to see, but only to be part of the national parks, to stay more in the national park and rafting, canopies, bird watching, and all these options for the tourism. So that second ecotourism stage is supported by the inheritance that Costa Rica has since the 70s. And this is very important because we have this blessed, let's say, having this inheritance in connection with the nature. The third stage, we would call sustainable, started in 2000. And this is sustainable stage, which changed for travel to do with products to travel to belong. And this is another conception that Costa Rica has developed, because travel to belong means that create a kind of awareness that you're not only seeing and doing, but you become part of the planet. You become a part of the awareness of to save the planet and have a better future for our children and generations. But at the same time, we notice that the tourist visitor start to stay longer than in the first stage. And that start creating an impact, a very high impact, and we have to minimize this impact. So to minimize the impact, we create that we call CSTs, the translation can be Sustainable Tourism Certificates. And this idea allows the entrepreneurs and private companies devoted to the tourism business to create a system to reduce the impact and work more in a sustainable way. We all know sustainability is a triangle. It is the equilibrium between society, economics, and nature. So we support this idea in every company related with tourism, rental cars, hotels, and auto facilities that create this awareness in an everyday life in their own business as usual. Next, please. And then as you see, experiment society is in the stage we are now, and it started from around the 2012, which we combine best prospect, innovation, differentiation, and positioning. Next, please. So to create this model, and this is a very important graphic, we took four the most important characteristics of the model, Costa Rican model. We took best prospects in innovation, differentiation, and positioning. And every one of these characteristical stage our model had some different important, let's see, values. We noticed that in the first model, the prospect is the type of tourist we want. What kind of tourist we want? We want a massive tourism, or we want the person who come to my country to become a learner or become more conscious that not only he is doing tourism, but also is helping to the planet to be more sustainable. The second item was the innovation in a manner that which we want to use our tourist patrimony. So how we can select our products. What are the products we want to offer? Icon products or products that can evolve with the visitor. The third differentiation stage is based on the recognition we seek based on experience. Let's say we will see how our experience had shown us that small and medium sized local businessmen create more sustainable environment than the large and international companies. Costa Rica has also that model, but we are more in the green spectrum than the yellow spectrum, as you see in one of the columns in the alternative for the international tourism market. And the positioning image of destination, what we want to project as a destination. And then you have fun and entertainment, so the tourist only goes to entertain, to have fun, as a be at home watching TV, or you want to be part of sustainable in nature. So these alternatives, as shown, what is the position of Costa Rica, which is in a green-yellow pies in the fourth column, and you see Costa Rica is in some aspects more to the green, in some aspects more to the right and more to the left model. So we at the last we determined what will be our model: sustainable tourism focused on equality, not in quantity. Greater concentration with principal products. Let's say we cannot offer products, but the tourist person will be amazed. And the large international companies and small and medium sized local business, and instead of large international companies. And then sustainability and nature, and instead of fun and entertainment. Next, please. So a well-being experience is what we're looking at, because that creates better quality. So we have to jump to our modern management strategy. There's some achievement that Costa Rica has developed, but I don't want to take too much time from you. But this is more or less that you can take note. Okay, I have a picture from the screen. There is some numbers that the Costa Rica achievements. I want to go further. Please, the next. Next one, yes. Okay, this is very important because the previous image, the previous let's say graphics, we have noticed that changing from soft nature to sea and ecotourism to do, move from 3 nights to 7 nights, the time that tourist visitor spend in Costa Rica. But moreover, sustainable model has reflects that with sustainable model creating this awareness of the visitor becoming more connected with the sustainability in protecting the country and the natural resources, has created that the tourist visitors 10-day stay from 7 nights to 10 nights. So this is very important. Why? Because it's not the number of tourism what we want. The idea is to the tourist person become more in love what they are doing. They feel they're doing something for the future. They feel they are protecting the country, but also the planet. They feel that all the money and all the, let's say, the traveling from their countries to Costa Rica in in an airplane has created contamination. So I have better conscience when I stay 10 nights because I feel that with sustainable tourism, I help the planet. So it's something that compensates the impact. And at the end, we are reaching now 13 nights per tourism as an average. And why we increase from 10 to 13? Because the last stage is more connected with that we are now trying to connect this visitor as a way of living. We are now, not only they are protecting the environment, but now the tourist think that he wants to be part of this philosophy. He wants to stay not only in a sustainable way, but also be part of the international community and international conscience, which is protect and have a better life for everyone. So this is very important because we move from 3 nights to 13 nights, not increasing the quantity, but giving the visitor to be part of a value and something that is not only for the country he or she is visiting, but also is part of the philosophy of the world. I'm helping the world. I sustain them. I giving something when I travel, not only fun and entertainment. I giving something to the planet. And this is the concept of Costa Rica wants to develop. Costa Rica is 50,000 square kilometers. We receive around 3 million visitors per year, which is, you compare with other countries, is nothing. But the quality of these 3 million people is much different when you receive more people, more millions in quantity, but not in quality, because the impact they have is very big. And Costa Rica is a very fragile country in a way that we are not an industrial country. We jump from the agriculture for the knowledge third way of production. The first export product in Costa Rica is technology right now. It's medical devices. And we want to keep it like that because we call that non-chimney industries. So we are trying to create knowledge and services plus sustainable country as a way to sustain our economy. Next. So we create, next please. We create the CSTs, the Certificate Sustainable Tourism, in a way, first of all, was a private initiative, which was immediately embraced from the government. And that is a way that it was not imposed from the government. And this is the most important. It was not a regulation for the government saying to entrepreneurs, you have to have this model, you have to be sustainable. No, the private sector discovered by themselves that this sustainable model was the perfect model, not only for the characteristic that Costa Rica has, but also to project Costa Rica as a model in the world. And they asked to the government the support, and immediately the government gave the support to this CTS. Please, the next graph, the next slide. Yeah, the other one, the next one. Okay, and what we try to do, no, the previous one, please. What we want to do with CSTs is to evaluate every single entrepreneur we're working on sustainability. And for instance, this project started, for instance, with 5 pillars. So when you have a rental car or have a hotel, or you have a theater, or you have something related with tourism, immediately you have to look and measure yourself in 5 different pillars. Please, next one. we would have to measure if my enterprise was recycling and was connected with all the sustainability, but not also in a way that waste treatment, but also the second pillar was a social impact. So in that way, we prefer to hire local people. So you give work, you give jobs for those in the area where your company is located. You don't bring people from other areas where you have more development. No, you help the people in your community to be integrated. And also, in the third pillar, there was a catalog of all the nature around my business: animals, trees, birds, rivers, trees, population, and also the facilities to access of this nature blessing, and then provide also how to handle this in a better way. So this CST evaluate protection and natural and cultural heritage, measuring or mitigation of the impact in all kinds, improving the quality of life of communities, involvement the stakeholder in the sustainability programs and process that the companies implement. Next, please. So more or less, every one of these pillars has every impact, their own impact. We just want to underline two aspects to stop in this. We want every tourist take a best practices to home and spread it to the world. This is the philosophy, our last stage. And also we want every company to walk the talk. What they say, what they want, what they work with us is in that way. Please, the next one. So the CSTs are being categorized in different levels. I don't want to take more time from you. We can stay in this model, but I just want to thank you for your attention. You keep moving the other slides. I want to inform. I want to exchange with Büyükelçi University. The Costa Rica is more than open to exchange this experience. We know every country is different. Every country has different economy. Every country has their own heritage and also have the different history. But this model can apply in different small part, maybe in the country, in Turkey. And we can apply one of these experience that we, as Costa Rica, in a sustainable tourism has passed through during the years. So our Ministry of Tourism is willing to exchange this knowledge and how we constructed these certificates of sustainable tourism, and we can create cooperation ties in order to the Costa Rica can provide the universities that are in and authorities, those who are interested, are concerned about how to develop sustainable tourism. Thank you very much for your attention. And of course, the Embassy of Costa Rica is more than open to continue further from this model. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, His Excellency. It was very interesting to listen to Costa Rica tourism model, especially large investment and small investment together, considering the sustainability. It is very interesting to hear sustainable tourism certificate. And I put here some of the quotations from you. I wish all the countries all around the world put effort to create the awareness of sustainability, especially when you say sustainability before entertainment in our tourism field. Thank you very much. I wish we had more time to talk about this. Maybe next time we can spend more time to hear. Thank you, His Excellency.
Thanks to you. Thanks for all of the audience. Thank you also, and especially to the rector of the Belkin University Hall, also supporting other programs as this carbonization plan that Costa Rica has for the 2013. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.